You don't need to hear a single note to know when XG is on your screen. One frame is enough. Bright patchwork denim. Nails that look like weapons. Latex pants. Wolf fangs. Metallic lashes. Your brain goes, oh, that's XG, before the beat even drops. But it didn't start that way. XG's wardrobe universe, this whole visual language we recognize instantly, had to be built piece by piece, era by era. Back in 2022, XG debuted as a Japanese girl group based in South Korea with tippy toes.
Gonna keep you on your tippy toes. Watch the way we move.
On paper, it sounded familiar. 7 members, R&B and hip-hop influences, high-performance focus. But if you look closely at that debut era, the styling tells a slightly different story. The clothes are mostly dark and streamlined, sporty crop tops, fitted pants, coordinated sets that wouldn't look out of place on a typical girl group stage. Yet there's this subtle tension, sharper silhouettes, heavier accessories, and a touch of attitude that makes the outfits feel more like a warning than a debut. It makes sense if you know their background. Before XG, members like Jurin were already working as fashion models in Tokyo for magazines like Drop Tokyo and Pop Teen while still in their teens. Harvey was also a well-known teen model in Tokyo, appearing in Loveberry, Nylon Japan, Vivi, and Vogue Girl magazines. Fashion wasn't a nice add-on, it was part of who they were. Even Mascara, their second single, still sits closer to classic Idol styling.
You ready? Hi, how you do? Gonna tell 'em, baby, how we do. XG.
A bold, sharp, and sleek design, giving a cool and elegant vibe. At that point, if you froze a random screenshot, you might just think, cool rookie group. The seeds were there, but the universe didn't have a name yet. And that's where the story really starts. How did they go from blend-in rookies to, I know that's XG from half a sleeve and one acrylic nail? The turning point hits like a paint bomb with Shooting Star. Suddenly, the styling jumps from moody and sleek to full-on Y2K chaos. Patchwork jeans, furry leg warmers, cartoonish accessories, candy-colored braids, and hats that look like they were pulled straight out of a Harajuku side street. The members' eyes are glittering and rimmed with blues and rhinestones. Kokona's brows even dyed to match the icy palette. Netizens are confused and obsessed at the same time. Some fans started calling it hip-hop Harajuku fashion and posting "What is this styling?" under reaction threads. But that confusion is exactly what makes this era important. For the first time, XG stopped trying to fit into anyone's neat category and started building their own. You can see their design DNA starting to form. They stack textures like crazy: denim on fur, mesh on leather, plastic accessories on knitwear. Hair isn't just hair, it's sculpture, with braids, beads, and streaks acting like built-in props. Nails are no longer background details. They're long, sharp, and painted to pop on camera. The outfits still move easily with the choreography, but visually they're louder, busier, more surreal. If the debut era whispered, "We're different," Shooting Star yells it from space. And yet, that's still only phase 1 of the universe. The real shock comes when their wardrobe stops looking human at all. Girl Gang is where XG's styling steps off the planet. The group appears in black, glossy outfits, latex-like pants, cropped tops, heavy boots, paired with identical beanies and blunt hair extensions that turn them into a pack of almost identical figures. It's not just fashion, it's world building. You don't see 7 regular girls in cool clothes, you see a squad from another dimension. Behind the scenes, fans point out that this visual intensity makes sense. The music video is shot by Korean photographer Cho Ji-suk, known for his surreal, high-concept imagery. In his hands, clothes become part of the architecture. The glossy pants match the reflective backgrounds, the helmets echo the industrial props, and that consistent black and red palette locks the whole image into something you can't mistake for anyone else. Then, instead of dialing back, XG drops "Thank God I'm Fly" and swings straight into a neon nightmare in the best way possible.
Sheesh. Thank God I'm fly.
Suddenly, it's retro-futuristic party fashion, full-body printed bodysuits, transparent jackets, bold textures and patterns clashing on purpose, framed by long pointed nails that look borderline monstrous. Fashion sites describe the MV as a cyberpunk setting with glittery retro-futuristic styling, all glowing under icy blue lights. At this point, the wardrobe universe has its core rules. Start from streetwear and performance clothes. Push textures and silhouettes until they feel slightly unreal. Tie everything together with hair, nails, and makeup that are just as loud as the clothes. This is our first big peek, from kind of sleek rookies to alien girl gang with their own visual laws. But the story would be incomplete if it was just about looking cool. Because XG's fits aren't just art pieces, they still have to survive some of the hardest choreography among current girl groups. If you strip away the layers of styling and just look at the patterns, they're remarkably functional. Across eras, you'll see a lot of cargo pants, low-rise but cinched enough to stay on during drops. Boots and sneakers with solid soles, perfect for jumps and slides. Tops that might look wild, cutouts, straps, asymmetric hems, but are anchored tightly so nothing slips mid-performance. That balance isn't an accident. In interviews, XG explains that the looks often start from their own ideas. They bring concepts and styles they personally want to try to the company and the stylists, who then elevate them into stage-ready outfits. That means every crazy look is built on something they'd actually wear, which is why their clothes, no matter how extra, never feel like costumes forced onto them. This is the breather point in the roller coaster. Once you notice how functional everything is, it makes the next twist hit even harder. Because the next era takes all that design DNA and twists it into something darker, sharper, and a little scary. Woke Up isn't just another comeback. Visually, it's a full transformation.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this.
The members appear with different colored eyes, bold, structured hair in volcanic reds and inky blacks, and metallic grills shaped like the teeth of a rabid wolf. The outfits lean into Y2K alternatives: chains, distressed fabrics, layered belts, and silhouettes that feel like streetwear spliced with armor. Some fans even pick up samurai hints in the wolf outfits, long, fur-trimmed pieces and wide shapes that echo traditional armor while staying firmly futuristic. Media reviews highlight how extreme the visuals are. One write-up describes them as transforming into edgy gothic wolves, while Vogue Singapore compares the music video's rebellious, theatrical energy to earlier generations of K-pop visual experiments. And this is where the wardrobe universe clicks into place. Suddenly, all those earlier motifs make sense. The animal hints become literal wolves. The metallics and teeth motifs turn into actual fangs in their mouths and jewelry. The pack idea, matching silhouettes, shared uniforms, becomes the core narrative. Of course, not everyone reacts the same way. Some listeners say they miss the groovy R&B spark of older tracks and the more familiar glam styling. Others are obsessed with the savage, no apologies wolf era. But whether you love it or not, one thing is obvious. By this point, there's no confusing XG with anyone else. And just when it feels like they've reached the final form, they shift again, not back to something simpler, but into something even more ambitious. With Gala and their Met Gala-inspired moments, XG takes their wardrobe universe into full-blown couture.
I could dress casually, naturally, anything becomes a masterpiece. Look how the kicks match the tees, 7 different looks like a magazine. That means everything.
Articles describe them turning events into an ex-gala, standing in metallic retro-futuristic gowns that look like they were imported from the year 3000, armor-like bodices, sculpted skirts, reflective fabrics that catch the light like satellites. One member talks about wanting a princess dress with an alien, robotic twist, which pretty much sums up their whole direction: fantasy plus future, staged through fashion. What's important here is that the core identity doesn't change. Even when they're in gowns instead of cargos, the XG rules still apply. There's still that blend of street and high fashion. You can imagine some elements being worn with sneakers just as easily as heels. There are still metallics, sharp lines, bold accessories. Interviews around this time openly frame fashion as central to the concept of gala, not an afterthought. This is the second big climax. XG proves that their wardrobe universe isn't limited to music videos and dance practices. It scales all the way up to red carpets and editorial covers. Once a group reaches that level of visual clarity, the impact doesn't stay on their own channels. It spills out. Online you'll find entire boards dedicated to XG outfits inspired, shooting star outfit ideas, TGIF nails, and woke up stage looks. Fans piece together cargos, belts, furry hats, and neon tops to make their own versions for dance covers and concerts. Other creators break down XG's wardrobe piece by piece, linking where to buy similar items or how to DIY key elements. Even outside the fandom, you can see similar Y3K style pieces popping up across smaller brands and styling on social platforms. Futuristic metallics, reflective fabrics, and sci-fi silhouettes that echo the year 3000 mood media often connect with XG. The universe doesn't just belong to the group anymore. Among fans, it's becoming shorthand to call a wild futuristic street look XG-coded, whether or not XG actually wore it. That's when you know a wardrobe has stopped being just clothes and turned into a language. So how did XG's styling go from "what is this" to "of course this is XG"? It's not just about being weird for the sake of it, or about chasing trends. From debut to Wolf era to gala, their clothes follow a clear story arc. Start with performance-friendly streetwear. Layer on Y2K nostalgia and Harajuku playfulness. Push everything into Y3K futurism with techno textures and sci-fi silhouettes. Thread on animals, especially wolf, symbolism and pack-like uniforms. Then let the members themselves feed in ideas so it always feels lived in, never like they're trapped in someone else's concept. The result is a wardrobe universe where hair, nails, accessories, fabrics, and movement all speak the same language. Even if the next era is something totally new, softer, darker, more romantic, or even stranger, the chances are high you'll still recognize them in a single frame. Because at this point, XG isn't just dropping outfits. They're dropping chapters in an ongoing fashion story. And every time a new teaser drops, fans don't just ask, "What does the song sound like?" They ask, "What dimension of their universe are we visiting this time?"